everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making one of my first espresso beverages, a caramel macchiato, using the Cuisine Art espresso maker. This is actually one of my favorite beverages, so I'm really excited to make this with you all. Let's get to it. Alright, so for starters, since this is my first time using this espresso machine, first I have to do one rinse cycle. First thing you want to do is make sure your control dial is on off. Next, you'll plug up your machine. Next, we're going to go ahead and put our drip tray onto our machine. We're going to remove the water reservoir at the back of the espresso machine and fill it with cold tap water. So since this is our first time using the espresso machine, we're going to rinse it out using tap water. Tap water should suffice just fine because we're just rinsing it out. Now that our water reservoir is reattached to our espresso machine, we're going to select the power button. The power button will then light up a solid white color, and the other buttons next to it will flash in blue. Next, we're going to turn our control dial to our water option. For the sake of rinsing out our espresso machine, I'm going to select the 1 cup option. You want to be sure that you have a cup or something to catch the water that comes out of your steam wand. I filled the reservoir almost to the top, so that was more than enough water to run 1 rinse cycle. I'm choosing to use spring water as my water choice for my espresso beverage. The good thing about having a 64-ounce water reservoir is that you won't have to refill your water every single day. That should do it. I'll reattach our water reservoir to the back of the espresso machine, and then I'll get our ingredients ready. We're now all set to make our caramel macchiato. Alright, so next what you'll be seeing me do is just installing my grinder. I'll be using whole beans from Cooper's Coffee Company in the single origin Sumatra and dark roast. This is about 4 ounces. So I'm gonna get some music.
Battery to 100%. Connected to Jasmine's iPhone.
Okay y'all, so I have our grinder set up. I have emptied the Cooper's Coffee Company Sumatra dark roast. I've set it to a fine grind, and I have made sure I selected the 4 cup option right here. Now all I have to do is hit start. It's plugged up. Everything has also been pre-sanitized, so all of the tools that you see today I've actually washed. So let's get started. Alright, it stopped, so that should be enough for 4 cups. I am going to remove our grind chamber. Alright, so I'm just going to tap this a little. I'll go ahead and remove the lid. Not too much, but all we need for today. Next, I'll be grabbing our portafilter. Grabbing our filter basket. This is the 1 cup filter basket. I'll now use our measuring spoon to fill our filter basket. And you want to make sure you use your tamping tool to make sure everything is good and flat. By making sure that everything is flat and even, it ensures that once the water filters through, that you'll get a nice blended taste for your espresso. So now that we have our beans ground and we have our beans placed into our portafilter and our filter basket, what we'll be doing next is frothing our milk. So what I have here is a half and half mixture of heavy whipping cream and whole milk. I probably won't need this much, but what I'll be doing is taking my frothing pitcher, pouring some into this, and then steaming it. Because the milk will actually rise as we're frothing, you don't want to fill it all the way. Okay, so now I'll be adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla syrup to our coffee mug. I'll be turning the espresso machine back on. So what I'm going to do next is take the pitcher to the steaming wand. I'll raise it up just to the tip of the steaming wand. And then I'll be turning the dial onto our steam option and then selecting the steam button. Okay, so our milk foamed. Syrups are usually really concentrated, so a little goes a long way. Next, I'll be pouring over our milk into our vanilla syrup inside of our coffee mug. Next, I'll be placing our portafilter back onto the espresso machine and selecting the 1 cup option, which will give me 1.5 ounces of espresso, and then I'll add that to our milk and our vanilla flavor. So I've rinsed out the milk and I'll be placing our pitcher underneath both sprout areas to catch the espresso. So what we're looking for with the espresso running is a caramel, dark brown, like reddish color, and right now I see a caramel color. So I'm kind of happy with it, but I don't know what to expect just yet. I am really nervous. And it looks like it's stopping already, so let's see what we got. So far so good. I actually see the caramel, I see the brown, it smells really good, and I also see the reddish tint that they said I should look for. I previously worked for a coffee shop for a short period of time, and it smells like it should, so I'm happy about that. So now what I'll do is take our milk and I'll pour over our espresso. If you don't know, macchiato is Italian for marked. So that's what we'll be doing today by pouring our espresso over our frothed milk. So I have bubbles. It's not as thick and foam as I would like, but now let's just go ahead and put the caramel syrup over. I'm gonna just drizzle it just a little bit. So what I'll be doing is making 2 circles around the top, and it's sinking, so that foam wasn't thick enough. But I'll just add the flavoring. I don't know, y'all, it looks really flat. But it tastes really, really good. That's actually really good. I'm really proud of myself. So despite my milk not frothing as thick as I would like, and I think the problem was I filled up the pitcher maybe too far, so it didn't give me an opportunity to allow it to steam as long because it rose so quickly. So next time I won't add as much milk. I'll actually just put a small amount, I'll steam it, let it froth up a lot longer, and then that should give me the thicker foam that I'm needing in order to add the drizzle at the very top of my espresso beverage. So what I learned from today was A, not to add as much milk to my pitcher to give it enough time to actually rise while being frothed and under the steam wand. And then B, what I'll do is also make sure I have all of my items already kind of in like an order so that I'm kind of not all over the place. But like I said at the start of this video, I am nervous. This was my first time actually making an espresso beverage. It actually tastes a lot better than I thought it would for my first espresso beverage. So I'm really happy about that. Especially knowing that I can actually fix that one minute problem with my phone and the consistency of that. So I look forward to coming back with you all next time. I'll actually be trying this again, and we'll see a better outcome, I'm sure. All right, y'all. Thank you for experiencing this first espresso beverage making experience with me. Give or take, it's really good. The consistency though needs some work. All right, y'all.